Before we begin the list, I would like to start with an honorable mention. Brick Break. Brick Break, or Brickety Break, as per Roger call it in one of his Let's Plays. Love that Let's Play, by the way. Keep up the good work. Brick Break can break through some moves such as Safeguard, Reflect, Light Screen, just the barrier type moves. And it has a decent 80 power with 100% accuracy. It is personally my favorite fighting type move, aside from the other one I picked, which I can't remember what that is, but I'll probably remember it when I'm recording the next part of the list. But overall, Brick Break is a great move. It's good for some Pokemon that aren't good attackers, such as Hitmonlee or Quilava, if you teach it that early through TM. Overall, I love Brick Break, and sad thing is this didn't get on the list because it's a really great move. Now onto the actual list. We were playing some PBR recently, so it got me thinking, what are my favorite moves? So top 17 Pokemon moves. Rules are 1 per type. So at number 17 is Metal Claw, the Steel type group. Metal Claw is a 50 power move with 90% accuracy that a lot of Steel types can learn and Prinplup can learn. It's very good for early in the game, and that's all pretty much I gotta say about Metal Claw. I mean, it's probably one of the worst moves Steel types have, but that's about it. So next on number 16. 16 is Energy Ball. I was torn between Energy Ball and Leech Seed, but I chose Energy Ball overall because of its appearance. Energy Ball has 80 power with 100% accuracy and has 10 PP. Energy Ball is probably one of my favorite moves overall for the grass type because a lot of Pokemon can learn it and it's very effective, especially when you have Sunny Day up. But overall, it's an okay move, unless you have, for competitive battling, it's kind of tough. So next we move on to number 15. What? Another ball move! Yup, at number 15 is Shadow Ball. It can be learned by some Psychic and Ghost types. It has 80 power with 100% accuracy. The reason I love this move is because in Super Smash Bros. Melee, it was Mewtwo's normal attack. And there will be no more ball moves on this list, thankfully. But overall, Shadow Ball is my favorite ghost type attack because I don't know why it just strikes out more to me. I was considering Ominous Wind, but it's much cooler to me, and I'm really glad that Shadow Ball was implemented in the 3rd generation. So next is a move that will kind of be interesting. Number 14 is Something of the Ancients. Okay, it's Ancient Power. Ancient Power can be learned by Rock types and a couple of the legendaries. It has 60 power with 100% accuracy. The only reason I like this thing more is because of its animations in different battles. But overall, Ancient Power is not good of a move unless you're very early in the game. One Pokemon, which is Yanma, can actually evolve into Yanmega when it learns Ancient Power. So I like that for that reason as well, but overall, Ancient Power kind of sucks. Now we're going to get into the good moves after next on the list. Unlucky number 13 is Dragon Barf. Bleh. Oh, Dragon Rage. Dragon Rage is not a good move. It does a fixed 40 damage. But its animation is really cool, and it's really helpful for early in the game, especially if you have a weak Pokemon that can learn it for, say, a Gible. And a little trivia about this move is Magikarp was supposed to learn Dragon Rage, and actually has Dragon Rage in Pokemon Stadium. There's not much to say about Dragon Rage, except it's a fairly neat move, and we're finally getting into the good moves of the game. So, see you guys at number 10 for starting for the good moves. Same number 12. My bad. At number 12, we have Earthquake. It's groundbreaking. That sucked. Earthquake is a 100 power move with 100% accuracy for ground types. Some starters can learn it, such as Charizard or Swampert, but that's acceptable because Swampert's part ground. But overall, Earthquake is awesome. Even though it only has 10 PP, it's really helpful for every electric gym out there. And it's a very fun move to use, especially if you have the protect on your other team member in a double battle. Yep, you can be a jerk with Earthquake, but it's only number 12 because there are other moves there that you can also be a jerk with, but not be as effective, but it's more fun to use. At number 11 is Ice Beam. Ice Beam can be learned by a lot of water and ice types and some other Pokemon. With 95 95 power and 100% accuracy. You can be a jerk with this move because it has a 20% chance of freezing your opponent, which, unless you have an Ice Heal, which most trainers don't, hint hint computers, and it's also a pretty high powerful move, especially if you're going against the flying or other types that are weak to ice. Those slip my mind right now, so my bad. But Ice Beam is a great move. I love the animation used on it in most games, and surprisingly enough, it's really useful. But the number 10 move was actually requested to me, and I had to abide by a promise I made, so that gets the number 10 spot. But you'll see what that is in a moment. Sometimes I hate the promises I make. At number 10 is Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse can be learned by Dark, some normal types, and the Ghost type as you just see in the image. Dark Pulse is a 90 power move, 100% accuracy. It only has 10 PP. It's a really good Dark type move. Probably my favorite Dark type move aside from Crunch, but I chose Dark Pulse over Crunch because of the promise I made. Sometimes I really doubt why I do these. But overall, Dark Pulse is really cool when it comes to animation, how many Pokemon can learn it, and it's pretty effective. If you need a good move to take out Ghost types or other types that you're not good against, Dark Pulse is the way to go. Next, we move on to the last number on this part of the list. Now, at number 9 is Xcissor. Xcissor has a decent 85% power with 95% or 100% accuracy. It is my favorite bug type move, aside from... Well, actually, no. I can't think of any. But overall, Xcissor is a great move. It can be learned by Xcissor and Xcissor, and it's also used a lot throughout all of my teams I've had. I usually have Xcissor on any bug type I choose. And the reason it's number 9 is because it's got a long-lasting value to me because I've used it every gen I've played in that it's been available. And the animation's really nice, and it can pack a punch against grass types and psychic types, which I like it because of the diverse moveset you can come up with it for other Pokemon that can learn as well. So next we'll move on to number 8. Or will we? I'm not sure how long the other 8 entries will take on this list, so I'm making this list a two-parter. Thank you guys for staying through for the list, or if you fast-forwarded to see the top 8 entries, stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys, I guess, in part 2, or if another video comes out before that.